Famcast Media, bitch.
You know, I had a feeling that one day I would have to be lighting a candle in 2021. And it's kind of unfortunate that I have to do this, but it's happened yet again. Good afternoon, demons and demonesses. Some very terrible news. Now, I know that I've been, slacking, especially when it comes to videos like this. I'm usually the one that's, stays on top of things like this. But I was checking my news feed today. Google Alerts had sent me this. Another woman has been brutally murdered. Now, I have the details right here, and thankfully they caught the suspect, but I'm going to read you the article first, and get you guys a little bit of backstory. Now, the woman I'm talking about in particular is a woman named Domonique Lucious. She was 26 years old, same age as me. And this is just really sad what had happened to her. Now, this comes out of Springfield, Missouri, if I'm not mistaken. Matter of fact, I'm just going to read you the article. A Springfield man has been charged with second-degree murder in the shooting death of a transgender woman, Greene County officials said Friday. Charles Nelson, 28, was arrested after the body of Domonique Lucious, 26, was found in an apartment Thursday. Court documents say Nelson and Lucious met on an online dating website and planned to meet Thursday morning in the apartment. Witnesses said Nelson fit the description of a man who was seen driving away from the apartment after gunshots were heard. Nelson is being held in the Greene County jail without bond. Online court records don't list an attorney for him. Trans women, particularly trans women of color, are disproportionately victims of violent crime. The GLO Center in Springfield, which provides services and advocacy for LGBTQ people, said in a statement, "This murder and other senseless slayings of trans folks must be contextualized within the anti-trans rhetoric and actions taken by too many. It is 2021. And we must understand that trans rights are human rights." Missouri House Minority Leader Crystal Quaid, who represents Greene County, also issued a statement regarding Lucious's murder. The life of Domonique Lucious, cut tragically short, matters. Domonique's friends and family are in my prayers. Trans Missourians, especially trans women of color, are disproportionately victims of violent crime for simply existing. This is sad, unacceptable. The fact in 2021. We must do better by our trans and non-binary communities. Anti-trans rhetoric fuels this violence, and legislation targeting the trans and non-binary communities continues to be pushed by groups who dismiss the damages and danger their ideology helps cultivate. Missouri should be a place where anybody can be their true self without fear or violence or bigotry. We have far to go to ensure Missouri is a safe and welcoming place for every person, no matter how they identify, to call home. The charges come on the same day that Kansas State Senate approved a measure to ban transgender athletes from participating in school sports in the state. The Missouri legislature is considering a similar bill. Kansas and Missouri are among 17 states considering transgender athlete bans during the current legislative term, according to the University of Missouri, Kansas City. Now, once again, by reading the article, the suspect has been arrested, and fortunately, we do have a picture of the suspect. So I'm gonna show you guys the picture of the suspect, and I'll come back later. Are we surprised? Are we really fucking surprised? It's always the same type of people that do it, and they always do it with the same method. Always a gun involved, always, this one particular demographic of people between the ages of 18 to 35. That's the thing. I'm going to try my best not to say people of color unless, it's written in the actual news article. Because literally the majority of the time when this happens, it's mostly black trans women. And I'm sick and tired of seeing so many dead black trans women. And I'm sick and tired of, men being so fucking insecure that they can't, just go out and say, hey, this is what I'm like, this is what I'm attracted to. They always try to cover it up and try to hide it by either murdering that person. And even so, murdering that person doesn't really change anything. It doesn't change a fucking thing. What, you think because you murder them that no one's gonna find out? Well, now everybody knows. I mean, if you're that fucking insecure that you can't, just come out and say, hey, I'm attracted to trans women, I like being with trans women, maybe you shouldn't date a trans woman then. And that's the thing, like, I don't know what the motive of this is. Not even the police know what the motive of this is. I mean, they tried to, from what I heard, they tried to question this man. He would agree to cooperate with law enforcement, but he wasn't going to answer any, questions. So we don't really know what the motive of, as to why he decided to kill this one. I mean, all we know is that they did meet on a dating website. And I know there's probably going to be a whole bunch of, transphobic bigots and TERFs and shit that want to be like, oh, well, she probably tricked him. Well, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure it said transgender somewhere within her bio. I'm pretty sure if they did have a sexual relationship, I'm pretty sure he saw her naked. That is even if they had sex. I'm not even sure what had happened. I mean, all I can assume is, the fact that she invited this lad into her apartment, and I mean, for all we know, it is during COVID, so they probably did have like an in-home date because all the restaurants are closed. But maybe he did decide, maybe, hey, I want to get frisky with this woman. But even so, I seriously doubt that this guy was tricked. He probably knew, because we want to know how I know, because every fucking guy knows. Literally. Every time I have to report on these stories, whether it be Carlton Champion or anyone else, all these people know. And then they want to play dumb when the police find out. And this is a problem that people within my community need to address. This whole anti-trans rhetoric, this anti-trans sentiment, all these violent attacks on trans people, the gun problem. But nobody wants to talk about it. I'm literally the only person within my demographic that wants to speak about these issues. I mean, like I said, I knew that something like this was going to happen in 2021. Like, I was kind of being optimistic, maybe too openly optimistic. Maybe I have a little bit too much faith in humanity, saying, hey, you know what? Maybe 2021, I won't have to report on stories like this. But like I said, maybe I'm just a little bit too optimistic. I have a little bit too much faith in humanity. Because unfortunately, this, as long as transphobia exists, shit like this is going to continue to happen, and the bodies are going to continue to pile up. And, to the friends and family of Domonique, it's a shame that, she had to lose her life because some idiot like this with a gun couldn't control him fucking self and couldn't be open and honest about who he truly is. Now, like I said, don't know what the motive of this was, don't know if it was a robbery, don't know if this was, related to, Domonique being trans. But whatever it is, the good news is that he's locked up, and hopefully the judge will throw the book at him. So, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. Rest in peace, Domonique. You will be missed. And like always, you guys stay safe, stay metal, hail Satan, and you guys have a good one.